Hello, my name is Sandhya Shrestha. Today I'm going to show you my presentation of Corporation and Business Structure, Law 20059. Initiating from the first question, it asks what business structure you would recommend for the pizza shop. Well, advising Giovanni, Lini, and Mick, I would prefer them, or I would advise them to open a private structured business, as also in the part A, or as also in the discussion that they have said that they would better prefer, or they would better go for the starting of the business, and also they also want to protect their personal assets. The private business structure is better for them, as furthermore, any company that is not owned by a governmental organization but by an independent individual is called a private company. A private company can be a business of any level of expense, small, medium, or large, and its functioning basically depends upon the industry or segment it works in. Well, I would recommend them to open a private business, respectively. Continuing my presentations, moving on to the question number 2, it asks what you learned about the separate legal identity of companies from completing part B of your assignment. Well, separate itself means different, so the different legal identity of companies can be best described as a separate legal entity. From part B, I observed that separate legal identity of companies is that where shareholders have limited liability, the debts and liability are the part of the organization and belongs to the company, and it also includes the profit which is gained. Likewise, there is a distinction between the present relations of a company and its members. On several instances, it states that shareholders can't get the right of the company, which include the right to manage the business or enter into transactions on behalf of the company. Moving on, the question number 3, it says, what you learned about Wellpurchasing from completing part B of your assignment. Well, from completing part B, I learned that purchasing the corporate veil or lifting the corporate veil is the legal decision to treat the right or duties of a corporation and the rights or liabilities of its shareholders. It's a situation in which court puts aside limited liabilities and hold a corporation's actions or debt. Well, Wellpurchasing is most common in closed corporations. While the law varies by state, generally courts have a strong presumptions against purchasing the corporate veil and will only do so if there has been serious misconduct. Court understand the benefit of limited liability as it encourages development of public market for stocks and thus helps more possible the liquidity and diversifications benefits that investors receive from those markets. As such, courts typically require corporations to engage in fairly injurious action in order to justify purchasing the corporate veil. In general, this misconduct may include abusing the corporations. Example, intermingling of personal and corporate assets, or having undercapitalizations at the time of incorporations. At last, I would like to thank you for keenly listening to my presentation. Thank you.